and then 186 is swearing of affidavits.
Yes.
And there's a paragraph here, I read it, that says the Commonwealth Act includes a provision about swearing of affidavits before justices of the peace, notaries public and lawyers for use in court proceedings involving the exercise of federal jurisdiction in the courts of the territory.
Yeah.
And the judges take notice of the Evidence Act.
Yes.
Some of them do.
Some of them do, yeah. But no, you're right, and Tony had a good case the other day against, it was all day in the magistrates court.
2 days, he said.
2 days.
2 days.
They tried to wear him down and couldn't. You know, one of those diamonds we're talking about.
So, briefly about the court documents and the seals. Under the Court of Constitution at 76, Section 76,
Yeah.
it says all courts are court of record and they have to have the Royal Arms. Now, when I was in my second court with Ken and Gerard was down there, I went to sort of clerk, just a country guide there, a friendly guide. I said, can you show me what the official stamps on any court documents should be? And he says, oh, we just put whatever we got here. He said, do you realise that was Section 76? I wasn't trying to get too smart with him because he was really innocent, you know. I said, should all courts of court of record show the Royal Arms on any documentation? And he said, oh, I don't know, but he'd better see a lawyer.
Oh, I don't know about that. You better see a lawyer.
Get an order from any court.
He's the one that doesn't know.
But if any other, say, evidence orders or even bail notice or whatever, if they haven't got their Royal Arms on, it's not a valid document.
That's right.
So I wouldn't make an affidavit to the court saying that the charges under these orders are not valid because they don't fit in with Section 76 of the Victorian Constitution.
Yeah. Put in the Public Records Office too first. You have a right to ask, because Section 76, when required, if you require the court order that's in accordance with Section 76 of the Victorian Constitution, when you receive that, you'll give due consideration to the costs involved, is the way I would put it. But until you receive that, you haven't got a court order, because you're the one that's required. When required, Section 76 says, and you're requiring that the court order be in accordance with Section 76 of the Victorian Constitution, and I will check in the near future whether there was one in the 1855 Constitution similar, because that's the one I reckon is valid.
That's right.
Is that still on internet?
Alrighty.
55?
Sorry?
Is that still on internet? Can you check that one?
What's that keeper? What's it in?
It's in the Public Records Act.
Would you need to put your Commonwealth public officer in there?
Any documents relating to your case. Any document.
Yeah, this thing here.
Yeah, if this is part of your defence, then it has to go in. Anything, it's part of your affidavit. Okay.
What happens if, in the case that you had on Friday, where you received your paper from the prosecutor and it didn't have the case number on it? I mean, how would you file? How can you file?
Yeah, good question. I was bamboozled in that particular. This is why I appeared on the Friday. This is why I wanted to take it to a contest hearing, because one of the points that I noted on my summons was there was no case number. Now, it's the first time I've ever seen that. They're really shifting the goalposts here, but we need to be up to speed on that, and this is what they didn't want to even confront. I was prepared to go into the court in front of a magistrate, certainly not a registrar, certainly not the prosecutor in that sense. I needed to stand in front of a magistrate and point these things out and get some satisfaction on the record, and then go to a contest hearing, and of course I would then have the benefit of time, and I would then enact subsection D, section 7 of this Act, go to the keeper of the records, put my documents on the record, and then take it to the court, submit it, and then go to that contest hearing. And part of those documents will put the onus on the court, on my request, that this court is to operate in federal jurisdiction.
Which we're saying is the cable principle, and our learned professor didn't quite agree with at this stage. But he's got a lot to learn, as you know.
You haven't got him out the Coonawarra court yet.
Anyway,
I've got a little document here that I rather like. It come from Alan, and it might be the last thing I do tonight, but still, it says, under the royal seal, it's got "God bless the Commonwealth." God bless the Commonwealth, which is in accordance with the Constitution. It says, "We the people, relying on the blessings of Almighty God." Well, how can we be blessed in a mongrel court created by a mongrel state? Not too good. Anyway, this is just a very respectful request for the court to accommodate Mr. Webster. But have a look at it. It's worth looking at. Alrighty. Now, anyone got anything urgent? Because it's nearly my bedtime.
So is there anyone who at the moment expresses a desire to be on that committee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, we won't have any problems making up a committee. That's great.
You won't have any problem there. We'll need you to submit your details. We will then get back in contact with you with respect to a meeting and the like, and we will then inform you further at the next meeting. I thank you very much for your attendance tonight, and I wish you a safe journey home and back to the next meeting, hopefully in a month's time.
Last one.
Yeah, I'll try and be back from Western Australia. I've got some unfinished business happening, but I'll try and be back.